This is how to make watermelon sorbet with only 3 ingredients, and it's completely animal-based. Watermelon, honey, and lime.
So now, watermelon, lime, and let's not forget spaghetti squash.
And look at that, it's like animal-based spaghetti right there.
Are all animal-based. Now I know all the Paul Saladino fanboys are gonna comment saying you don't know what an animal-based diet is because that's what they did on the spaghetti squash video. No, I understand that an animal-based diet is one comprised largely of animal foods and can include some plant foods. Just like a plant-based diet could be predominantly plant-based with some animal foods. What's particularly hilarious here is that he's calling the food themselves, whether it be spaghetti squash or watermelon, animal-based. He just so badly wants to hold on to that label after abandoning the carnivore diet because he believes it made him ill. That would be like me introducing small amounts of animal products into my plant-based diet, sitting down for a steak that was sliced out of the muscle tissue of a cow and calling it a plant-based steak. So a genuine question for the Paul Saladino defenders, would you consider that a plant-based steak even though it came from a cow? Comment yes or no down below. And if you answer no, well then you seem to get why this is so ridiculous. Now on to the actual nutrition claims he made.
If you're worried about watermelon and your blood sugar, there's tons of good research showing that fruit actually improve glucose tolerance, and the same goes for honey. Lots of good studies on honey showing that it actually improves metabolic functions.
Now I want to be clear that watermelon is a healthy food and watermelon juice can certainly fit into a healthy diet, but how he tries to support his claims here is just unbelievable. He cites 2 studies on watermelon juice to support the claim that it improves glucose tolerance, but neither study actually showed that. He even flashed these study results on screen to suggest that they somehow support his claim, but they actually don't. The study actually suggests that people who had watermelon juice saw some improvements in arterial function after a glucose challenge compared to placebo, which could very well be a good thing, but it's not a measure of glucose tolerance. I honestly just suspect that he doesn't think his viewers are actually going to read it or try to fact check him. And as for honey, he cited a narrative review of almost entirely animal studies, yet he has previously said this.
Studies suggesting that fructose is harmful for humans are almost exclusively looking at animal studies, which do not translate to humans.
So he understands that it's not good evidence, but it's fine to cite when it supports his claim, I guess. And if he wanted to specifically point at the few human studies that were included in the review, the results are not at all impressive. So again, I would recommend looking elsewhere for evidence-based nutrition information, and I'll link some of my favorite accounts down below.